Yes, and I can remember the old stairwell over there that went down from the members' stand back into the underneath, and people like Sir Robert Menzies walking down there, and Richie Benno when he was captaining Australia, and all of those people. So it's a long way back.
Now, you said over 50 years. Yeah. What's been some of your highlights when you've plodded along to the Adelaide Oval? You would have seen a lot.
Well, my highlights have always been Garfield Sobers.
Yes.
I think he's the best cricketer that ever walked, including Bradman, because he could bowl, field and bat. Yep. It's more than Bradman could do. He could bat.
No, that's true.
I had a couple of years in England, and I played cricket with the Shepherd's Bush Cricket Club, and I invited a couple of blokes that I played with for England. They stayed with me in the during the Test match, I think 2 years ago, when England made what a lot of
520.
That's
in their
right,
first and lost Collingwood a double hundred.
Exactly, and these guys were drinking pints. So we say pints are better, plenty of them, and say we're going to win this Test. How could England lose it? These boys went home very disappointed. Yeah.
For 48 years is with you, Margaret. So you must have some wonderful memories. So he introduced you to cricket.
He did, and I just love it now. And I was very green before and didn't know all the various cuts and so forth. So one day in the staff room, he demonstrated a square cut for me, and the cup and saucer landed on the floor. So, but we've had a lot of fun here, and we just enjoy spending time together here and perhaps catching up with a few friends and so forth.
Well, I came along with my grandfather, and he made me a member. He paid for my membership until I was 21, actually, and yes, certainly. I can remember feeling quite proud, sitting in the men-only section of the stand over there, even though the seats were damned uncomfortable. Oh, yes, and I mean, you know, lucky enough to see people like Alan Morris make a double century, and Hammond and these guys.
My father was a doctor at Mount Gambier, and he said, let's go to Adelaide for the Len Hutton 1950-51 Test.
50-51?
Yes, exactly. Lindsay Hassett captained Australia. We left Mount Gambier in the morning. I said, we have to be here for the toss, because that seemed pretty important to me at the time. Anyway, we were a bit late for the toss. I think Australia batted first. Jimmy Burke got 100 in his first Test. Lindsay Hassett, Lindwall Miller, Bill Johnston, I think, Sam Loxton, all the great players. Hutton, Compton, I think Washbrook, Godfrey Evans kept wickets for England, and it was just fantastic. I think I was 11 years of age, and I've never forgotten it.
I can remember coming here on Christmas Day, every Christmas Day, watching South Australia play Queensland.
Oh, of course, yes.
And on every Christmas Day, Slasher Mackay would be in, and it'd be stinking hot, and he'd be doing his usual quick,
blockading.
10 runs an hour, so it's a long time.
You look as if you're a man who loves his cricket. What about where you're sitting?
For 50 odd years.
50 years. Well, now you fit into a certain percentage of people now who love it so much. Do you want to see change happen?
I think it's a good idea. As long as they don't pull the scoreboard down.
Right, scoreboard's good. We know that now.
It's staying, is it?
Yeah, and the lawn in front, is that good too?
Yes.
Yeah. And this is your wife here?
Yes.
Now, what do you think, young lady? What are your thoughts on what should be happening here?
Oh, well, I think it's marvellous, because I've really enjoyed watching families on the lawns here with little children, and they're having a wonderful time.
It's fantastic. I think bringing footy back here is great, and as long as we retain some of the heritage, like as I understand the scoreboard and the grassed area over there, I think the whole redevelopment will be fantastic.